But in April 2021, there were changes to IR35 rules. So how has this impacted contractors and businesses?
Yeah, so the original IR35 rules placed the obligation and the tax risk effectively on the contractor to determine their own IR35 status and make sure they paid the correct tax according to that. There was a change in April 2017 in the public sector, and then a similar change in April 21, which is perhaps a bigger change in the private sector, which moved that risk and that obligation away from the contractor to the end client being the end user of the contractor. So from April 21, all end clients that use contractors have got to undertake an IR35 assessment and produce a status determination statement. And in doing so, they've got to take reasonable care. So they've got to give it a good go to get it right. They then pass that determination to the recruitment business, and the recruiter is responsible for making sure the right amount of tax has been paid. So it was quite a big change for the contracting sector. Obviously, anything new needs a bit of time for people to get their head around it. Anything new that involves risk leads to different reactions depending on a business's appetite for risk, depending on the advisors they're using, and depending on the value they place on availability to talent. So I've seen a real mixed bag reaction in the market. Some clients have embraced the change. They've understood what obligations are on them, what's required of them. They've given it a good go, and they are still able to engage contractors through limited companies. The other end of the scale, we've seen some clients sort of wipe their hands with it. This is too difficult, too hard, too risky. I don't want any PSCs or limited company contractors in my supply chain. So obviously that new nuance in the market results in candidates maybe now being a bit picky around who they want to work for. I'm digging their heels in and saying I only want an outside IR35 role because I believe I'm genuinely self-employed and I should get the tax benefits. So there's commercial implications to those decisions as well. So I see there's a real mixed bag of reaction. It's basically a balance of risk. Tax risk and process risk versus access to best talent and best commercials, I guess.